Fuck me, I really need a music track.
Welcome to another slice of my week. So this week's been a pretty big week for China. There's also been the 60-year communism celebration thing, which is, great 60 years of glorious reign. One thing that happened was really ironic, okay? I was on the internet with my grandma, and yes, thanks to the great Australian internet, my grandma has a faster connection than me. But anyways, so I was talking to her on MSN, and we were talking about, the 60th anniversary celebration, and I'm just like, and she asked me, do you guys celebrate it in Australia? And I was like, not really, but I kind of, showed her some videos. Well, I had these videos on YouTube of, people here celebrating, because they had festivals here in Chinatown as well. But see, here's the ironic part. She was telling me how great communist rule is, and then I started sending in all these YouTube links, and then it got really awkward because she's like, oh, I can't view these. These are all banned here. And then it got kind of really awkward. Also in the paper this week, I actually read about this guy who got really drunk in Sweden, passed out, and then he woke up with a massive cock tattooed on his leg. Hilarious stuff. But it was actually, what was interesting was the guy actually said when he woke up, I regret nothing, I don't mind at all. And that got me really relieved, because I remember this one time, right, I was in year 12, and yeah, I was a real dickhead. Well, I still am. But anyways, I was a real dickhead back then, and then we were having a visual arts class, and when our teacher stepped out for like half an hour, and me and my friends, we got out all these year 7 kids' visual diaries with all their, cute little drawings and stuff, and yeah, I basically got a pen and I drew dicks and tattooed them all over every page and every drawing, which was really slack at the time. I even went to the front page, wrote out his name, which his name was like Chen Tong, right? It was perfect dick name, because C, dick, dick, H, dick, lots of straight lines to make into dicks. And then I felt really bad though afterwards, because I was really guilty, but reading that article really made me feel better, so thanks, Swedish cockman. Alright, I don't know if this happens to you guys a lot, but the other day I was walking around the station, right, and I saw this guy with the most hilarious expression on his face. It was like a cum face, basically. He was on the phone with, I don't know who, it must have been his girlfriend, and then all of a sudden he just went, oh, it was like probably a yawn or something, some natural expression. So like after I walked past him, I started cracking up to myself. I was just like, oh my god, that's the most hilarious face ever. And then this is a habit of mine, I don't know if you guys do this, but after I think that to myself, I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. Like, I reenact it, but then that got me thinking right after a while, because I do this a lot, right? After I was thinking, hey, what if that guy wasn't actually just, doing that as a natural reaction? What if he was laughing at someone else and just was doing what I was doing? And then he passes it on to me, and then I'm just like, huh, huh. And then some guy sees me doing that, and he does it as well, and just think about that for a second. Hi, do you guys ever get random penis pains? Yeah, that sounded a bit like a cool ad. But anyways, the other day I kind of like sat down in a really awkward position, and sometimes when you just sit down you just get this cramp in your balls and you just don't know what part really hurts, but it just hurts, right? But this time I sat down, I was like, oh fuck, my vas deferens, and after a while I was just thinking, wait, is that actually a word? Because, alright, you guys can fill me in on this, but I was thinking back to PE, PD health, I know year 11, year 12, but I swear to god, it's a part of your penis. But somehow when I went to Google Images to search it up, all I got was pictures of French guys. So I'm really, really confused now, so could you guys fill me in on this one? So I've been reading a lot about this whole iSnack 2.0 controversy in the paper. Yeah, controversy. I can't believe it's escalated to the point that it's become a scandal. There's like a story every day in the paper about it. But what interests me more is that nowadays marketing people can think that they'll get away with anything as long as you add the letter I in front of it, and maybe 2.0 for added fucking bonus. But yeah, they think they can sell a product just by adding the letter I in front of it. Kind of like this. Next please. Yes, hello. Yeah, can I see some ID, or yeah, just give us your passport. No, I'm sorry, I don't have a passport. But please, it's so very cold. Please let me into your country. Look, sorry, I can't let you in. I need to at least see a passport or some photo ID of some kind. Yes, but I am an migrant 2.0, and I come on an iPod, and yes, I have Windows Live passport. Oh well, fuck me, you should have said so earlier. Come on in, welcome to Australia.
Hello, I'm a Mac. And I'm a PC.
So I had the liberty of reading a bit of Dan Brown's Lost Symbol today. Fantastic book, if by fantastic you mean let's try and shove as many product placements in every line as possible. Like, they do this for movies and shit a lot, I know that, but I've never had it done to me by a book before. So I'll give an example. Basically, one of the lines is something like, Robert Langdon got into his Versace suit and stepped onto his Qantas Boeing plane. As he looked down at his Seiko watch, he realized it was 4:30 p.m. Time for an iSnack 2.0. So today I read this book. It was called Kidnapped, and it was based on a true story about how this lawyer got kidnapped by these gangsters, and then it's his, true account of the events that happened. And then what's interesting in this book is this guy actually came under a lot of shit from the FBI because they thought he was making the whole thing up, and his excuse for that, and which is actually on the title of the book, it's the blurb, is this story is so outrageous that it could not have been made up. Now, to me, that just screams bullshit. Oh yeah, another thing that happened to me this week, I basically met a unicorn, and he told me that if I could find 4 keys that matched up to the elements of earth, wind, fire and water, that I could potentially become the next contestant for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Kenya. I swear this is true, because it's so outrageous that I could not have made this up.
We need water!